at different stores. A decorative little piece that has uh, the sound of flowing water, which really gives you a sense of peace. Um, you might want to change the color in the room for if maybe a blue or a green rather than a just a an off-white or uh, something glaring. Warm colors like burgundy might make you feel a little more cozy. Um, you can find artwork and fragrances. I always am. I'm a little jealous because I've never been able to kind of work out, good fragrances to have in my environment, and it seems to come so easy to, particularly for women. It seems to come so easy. They have a sense of it, and I always um, struggle about finding a good fragrance. Um, I've never really been able to do that, but I do put artwork and other things around me, and calming sounds and music that I enjoy that gives me a sense of peace. Set aside a room for peace and meditation. Well, yeah, just about every room has some element of that for me. Uh, Lack of clutter. And this is something that a lot of people do around this time of year too, and it's a good project. This is to clean out as much clutter as you can, um, so that your goal is not to throw everything out, but to have a low maintenance home where you don't have to do a lot when you get home after a hectic day. You don't come home to a house where all kinds of things have to be done on top of having had a hectic day. And of course, cards and gifts and pictures from family and friends give you sort of that atmosphere of connectedness and love. So those are some suggestions. I don't think that they're too far out there. I think most people do at least one or more of those. Now, another aspect of bringing peace to yourself and to your body is, adequate nutrition. Nutrition that helps to, repair your body, make you resilient to the stresses around you. So you want to make sure that you have a lot of antioxidants in your diet. So what are antioxidants? Well, the antioxidants are generally food that has, a lot of vitamin C, because that's one of the most powerful antioxidants that there is. And those foods include broccoli. I'm lucky because I like broccoli, the taste of broccoli. It's something I have frequently with my dinners and meals, but I know a lot of people can't stand it, so it may be hard to adapt to that. But things like cantaloupe and kiwi and oranges and pineapple and grapefruit and strawberries are all excellent sources of vitamin C, and they're excellent antioxidants. Peppers, green peppers, red peppers also have great antioxidant qualities. So lots of fruits like the ones I've mentioned, and some veggies like peppers and broccoli can support you, give your body the strength it needs. And then finally, coffee. So many of us grab a cup of coffee to start our days, to give us energy, and it can, caffeine can give us that energy, but it has to be used, I think, sparingly. And these days, when you have places like Starbucks, where you have mocha lattes, and they're putting everything into these these high calorie, as tasty as they are, and as tempting as they are, I look at them as monstrosities because I come from a time when coffee was you had coffee and maybe a spoonful of sugar and a little bit of milk if you wanted to have that. But nowadays, whipped cream and chocolate and all of these things, they add to your caloric intake, which then adds pounds to you, and they add much more sugar than you need. Although again, sugar can be energizing to begin with, it also has deleterious effects on the body. So if you want to avoid the toxicity of coffee, maybe limit your coffee intake. I do it once a day in the morning, but others you might need a cup in the afternoon too to get you going. I would, lots of doctors suggest that you avoid it in the evening as you get closer to bedtime because it will make it harder for you to go to bed. You can skip things like chocolate sauce, although some suggest putting in a piece of high quality dark chocolate that has at least 70% of cocoa solids in it. That can be healthy. You might want to add cinnamon. I've often added cinnamon to my coffee. It helps the digestion, and there's evidence to suggest that it also helps to bring down your sugar. If you have diabetes or are pre-diabetic, you have high blood sugar, cinnamon can help with that. Forget the whipped cream. I would use milk. I've never used cream, although half and half can be tasty. If you can cut out, as much as you can cut out from that coffee, and you'll save money too. I can't believe how much it costs to go to Starbucks and get a cup of coffee. It's easy enough to make your own, and if you keep it simple, it gives you what you need. And every now and then, of course, a nice treat is good, but I believe that due to marketing and due to companies that want to make a lot of money off of our coffee habits, there's been a coffee culture has been created that is much more complicated than it needs to be. So I would say, and caffeine, remember, caffeine is a stimulant. So if you're feeling stressed already, though caffeine may boost your energy, it's also going to boost your stress level. I'm very sensitive to it. Others aren't as sensitive as I am. But if I have more than one cup of coffee, my nerves are on edge. And that affects my peaceful consciousness. So that's why I am, preaching about the coffee here. But those are some things you can do to help reduce stress, get you centered in peace. And then once you're centered in peace, then the peacefulness that flows from you helps to change everything around you. And with that being said, it's time to bid you farewell for another week. Stay calm. Hold on to peace. And change your awareness as you need to. Have a wonderful week.